YouTube Big Gang, how we doing today? So in today's video we're going to be talking about some little tips and tricks that I've used to help myself get better aim in Warzone. They're all really simple, they're all really easy. You can see results immediately if you just give them a try and really start paying attention to these things that you're doing with your aim. And trust me, if you just stick to them, you're going to see results, you're going to be frying kids, you're going to be a lot better player in Warzone. And before we jump into the video, just make sure you're leaving a like, subscribing, the bell on, all that. We've been seeing a lot of love on YouTube lately and I appreciate it very dearly. I love you all very much. Our big goal for next week is to hit 400 subs. That'd be big. I would really appreciate if you guys could show some love on this video. So make sure you're following the other socials that have been popping up as well. And let's get into this aim video. Alright, so in today's YouTube video, we're talking about how to get better aim in Warzone. And a big first tip I have for that is getting better centering. And what that is these crosshairs on the middle of your screen, the white dot in the middle, if you can focus more on putting that in a better spot when you're playing, you're going to have a lot better aim in Warzone. For instance, a lot of people are running around with their crosshair down like this to loot. They're running in here, getting moved, they've got their crosshair down, this, that, and the other. But in early game fights, if say you land Superstore and you're running around with your crosshair down like this and you run into a guy and you gotta go up to find him like this, you're gonna have a lot of problems taking gunfights. Whereas if you're running around like this with your crosshair out and up at headshot level, your aim's gonna be a lot better because you're not gonna have to aim to find him. Say if you're down here, you're gonna have to aim or drag your crosshair up to find the guy, whereas if your crosshair is already up like this, you're running around, you see a guy, he's right there, found him. So if you can start working on your crosshair positioning in this game, you're going to have a lot better aim. And a big tip that comes with your crosshair aim is finding a sensitivity that you're comfortable with. A lot of people are going into streamers chats, Swag, Nick Merckx, Biffle, all these high-end streamers, and they're typing in !sense, which in that chat is going to give you that streamer sensitivity. And I can tell you from experience that's not how you want to play. I've been the guy that's gone into streamers chat and been like, hey, what's a good sensitivity to play on? But at the end of the day, you have to find one that you're comfortable with. A lot of people, like I said, are going to want to play on Swag or Biffle's sense because I think it's going to give them better aim. But those guys have been fine-tuning their aim with that sensitivity for a very long time. So at the end of the day, you just have to find a sense that you're comfortable with. And another centering tip that I would have is that when you crouch, see how your crosshair gets smaller? And when you stand up, it gets bigger, crouch smaller, prone even smaller. So if you can find times in fights to crouch or go prone, your crosshair is going to get a lot smaller, so your recoil is going to get a lot smaller. Another tip I like to use is called playing the recoil. Basically what this means is you want to start aiming at the guy's chest, and the recoil is going to kick the gun up into their head, like this. So basically, you use the gun's recoil to your advantage. So if you start at chest level and work your way up like that. But in this state of the game in Warzone, where a lot of the guns that are meta right now, the Krig, the Farah, all those guns that a lot of people are using, these guns take no skill. So you could probably get away with just aiming at their head and holding it there the entire time, and you're going to be fine. See, this guy's head is gone. Another tip I have to win a lot more gunfights is when I get in a gunfight, for instance, at a range like this, I like to throw in a bunny hop when I'm shooting the guy. Like that. So what this does is it kicks my recoil up into the guy's head more, and it also makes me a lot harder to hit. So for instance, if you're just jumping around like this, and you're in a gunfight and you're strafing back and forth and you're jumping around and doing all this guy's going to have a lot harder time tracking you, whereas you are just moving around, keeping your crosshair on him, and you're jumping around, you're playing the recoil into the guy's head, and this is going to lead to you winning a lot more gunfights. And a big way to work on these little movement tips and tricks like this, like the bunny hop, checking corners with the bunny hop, is to simply just play plunder or a private match against bots and just work on them in there. Another big tip I have besides the bunny hop is simply just the drop shot. The drop shot's a super easy one. You're in a fight, you go prone, fry him. You watch Tim the Tap Man a lot. He does that in a lot of close quarters fights. He'll go drop shot, fry the guy, bunny hop out of it. And like I said, a lot of this is just working on these things in private matches or in plunder, because obviously it's not going to affect your KD at all. You're just working on it to work on it. Another big tip I have is simply just getting comfortable with a gun. The meta is pretty open right now. There's a lot of guns that are viable, a lot of guns that are good. If you can just get comfortable with 1, 2, or even 3 ARs, you're going to be chilling. If you just consistently play with them and use them, you're going to do just fine. You see a lot of streamers like Swag and Nick Merckx, they post loadout videos primarily, right? Well, you see a lot of them don't post a lot of AR primary videos. They're posting secondary, like an SMG that's fun to use, or a shotgun, or just any secondary. They're posting those videos because the secondary is a lot easier to get comfortable with on the spot. Whereas an AR, there's recoil you gotta learn, bullet velocity, all this. you gotta learn all of those on an AR. So for me, primarily, it is, as you can see in my loadouts, it's C58, Krig, Farah are the ARs that I'm running, and then a lot of random secondaries, MAC-10, the new OTS-9, Bullfrog, MP5. There's a lot of SMGs that I cycle with and play randomly with just because I like to mix it up a little bit. I don't like to use the same gun over and over again. But a lot of it is just getting comfortable with the gun that you want to use, you know? But if you can start implementing these simple tricks into your game, these tips and all that, you're going to have a lot better aim and you're going to see it immediately, especially with the centering. And I have a team pulling up on me right now, so we're going to see if I can get a little clip action against these guys to show you guys what I'm talking about. See right there, the bunny hop. Can't hit me. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's just how much work you want to put into it, you know? If you want to work on your centering and figure out a good sense that works for you like this, you know? It's kind of just if you're willing to do it. So like I said, we're going to go over these tips real quick just to recap. You know, centering, this crosshair in the middle, you want to have it mid-level, headshot level instead of running with it down or up. You want to have it headshot level so you don't have to find the guy once you've already aimed in at him. The bunny hop in a fight, the drop shot, those are all really good ways to get out of a gunfight in a sticky situation, you know, help your aim, make yourself harder to hit. It's a win-win for you. Playing the recoil, like I said, with the Krig and the current really broken ARs that have no recoil, this is kind of a pointless tactic, but like with the AMAX, it was really easy to play the recoil where you just shot and played the recoil into their head. Getting comfortable with your sensitivity, it goes with centering and all that, just playing that to your advantage. And lastly, just getting comfortable with a gun. I hope these tips helped you. Alright YouTube, that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you guys learned something. I hope this helps your aim and makes you a better Warzone player all around. If you guys enjoy this content, I do have some other ideas for Warzone tutorials such as movement, positioning, rotation, just how to win more games, how to drop more high kill games. I have a lot of video ideas for that. If you guys would like to see more of this content, be sure to let me know down below and make sure, you know, leave a like, subscribe, bell on, all that. We already talked about it. I love you all dearly and I'll catch you next week. Peace.